I'm Jay from I Wander UK. This is day 44 of the Southwest Coastal Bass Challenge. Last night I stayed in Watcombe Woods, which was very lovely. It rained when I set up, so the footprint got wet and the outside of the tent got wet. But there you go, it's very peaceful, very quiet, just listening to the birds and the owls all night. Wasn't a bad day yesterday after I got rid of the first 4 miles out of Paynton. So I got to Watcombe Woods. Today I'm walking to Dawlish. It's only a short walk, and I'm meeting up with a mate of mine at Taymouth, and we're walking through to Dawlish, and we're staying at his and his wife's overnight. So I'm really looking forward to that. I haven't seen them for 2.5 years. This is April the 13th, 2022. And I haven't seen them since 2019, before coronavirus hit and we were all locked up. So it's not a long walk. Looking forward to seeing them both, and my girlfriend's coming over and we're all staying for the night. So bit of a luxury for me. Probably won't want to walk tomorrow. Anyway, I've packed up. Like I say, I'll just scan round. It's very peaceful all night long. And not an ounce of wind, which isn't always your friend, but you know, condensation, etc. But it was a lovely night. Nice and level, got some sleep. Right, let's crack on, see what the day brings. Like I said, it was very peaceful last night, and coming through the woods, there's loads of little bits knocking around. A lot of it's on the slope, so you do need to look. But I found a nice little flat piece. And peace and quiet, away from everybody all night. It's one of the things I didn't really think about when I was thinking about doing a coastal path, about woodlands, but you do see quite a few. And this one's really lovely. I'll be honest with you, I can't identify the trees. Some of them look like sticks, with just a few branches on the top, but they're, I don't know, 30-40 foot tall. And there's this mud on the floor that's red. I think I said about it yesterday. It's odd. It's sticky but slippery. But I also found out today, if you touch it, it stains everything. I've got it all over my footprint, my fingers, everything. So there's that as well. But yeah, I'm enjoying the woodland, it's nice. Couple of minutes out and I'm walking upstairs with like a steel banister on the left hand side of it. First sighting of the sea. But onwards. Today's another bit of a celebration / sort of milestone. My daughter messaged me a couple of days ago, maybe yesterday, day before, I don't know. It said that I'd done over 500 miles. I'd done some 520 odd miles on my Strava. She's been keeping record of it for me, bless her. But I said I wanted to do it officially, what the book says officially. And I checked yesterday, and to Watcombe was 599 and some change. So, yes. If you haven't got the proclaimers, I would walk 500 miles. The Scottish twins, rattling around in your head. You might have now. Broke out of the woods now. And I'm basically aiming for Maiden Combe, M-A-I-D-E-N Combe, and then from there to Taymouth to get the ferry across is where I'm meeting up with my mate Dave. I sort of, I don't want to say haven't allowed myself to think about it, but I don't block it. I just think, wait till the day before I start thinking about it. Today is the day that I get to see Glenn and Dave, who I haven't seen for like 2.5 years. It must be, yeah, at least 2.5 years. And it just occurred to me as I come out of the woodland there of how fortunate I am to actually know them. The most straightforward, honest and funny people. They're up there in the top 10 that I've ever met. Glenda is just so straightforward. If she thinks it, she says it. And Dave, even though he's 11 years older than me, still has that little twinkle in his eye. We could be having a conversation and I could see the mischievousness. Is that a word? Mischievous. Being mischief in his eye, that little twinkle. And I know that something's funny. It's making me laugh thinking about it now. Oh God, it's making me laugh. Yeah, so it should be a good day. Like I say, it's a really easy day for me. It should be there. I'm meeting him at 11:30, the other side of the Tamar ferry. So we'll be back to Dawlish by 1:30 latest, and clean my kit out and have a nice afternoon and evening with him. Really looking forward to it. As you clear the woodland at Whatcombe, I'm not sure if that's what all of it's called. The Valley of the Rocks, if I hadn't said before, where I was staying, second time. You walk like, I think these are called access roads. There's a couple of little houses. And I think I just need to turn right, get into the village, and then turn right again to get back down to the path. But I'll find out. Be cautious, especially if it's wet. This is one of those roads that's a runaway one. Once your legs start working, you can't stop them. I've just double checked to make sure I know where I've got to come back out of this village again. Oh, car coming. And I saw the sign on the OS maps. There's a John Musgrove, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, John Musgrove Trail, which I've heard of. I've actually seen a YouTube video of it, and I thought I need to get round to watching that. I haven't yet, but I will do, because I don't know anything about him, I'll be really honest. But yeah, it'll be interesting to find out what that's about. I'm going to be honest, I'm not 100% sure if this is right, but this is the one I'm taking. Next to the big barns, turning right there. There's that John Musgrove's Heritage Trail. Just saw a little metal stile, and I just debated for a couple of seconds, just should I take it or not? And I thought to myself, what am I even thinking about it for? What am I even thinking? I went across the stile and it cut about 5 metres off the path, but it was in the direction I was going. And it reminded me, I used to live my life on the philosophy of what's the worst thing that can possibly happen. If you can live with that, do it. Don't harm others, don't put yourself at too big a risk, but what's the worst thing that can happen, and do it. Someone going for a morning swim. I can only admire that. Once you found a little car park in the village of Maidencombe, you can do what I just did. Walk through it and then walk down to the cove below where there's a little cafe. It wasn't open, I just went down to explore. You need to turn left, it's got like a barrier over the top of the gate as you go in for the cars. There's a turning left just before it, and a really obvious sign for the coast path. They do seem to be subtle. I noticed that the last couple of days they've really, I can only see them from about 1 metre or 2 away, so they're not like neon arrows pointing you, so just keep an eye out for it. Turn left before the car park. As you come through Maidencombe, take your time and find the right path. There are lots of little footpaths and tracks coming through there. It's really easy to take the wrong one. Same as when you're coming through the woods. There's a multitude of paths. You just keep your eye out for one of those coastal path signs. I know they're very faded, but that's what got me through, right? But yeah, oh. That's what we've just come round. And I've got the blue stuff on the right hand side again, so must be doing all right. I'm noticing this morning, as you can probably see, I'm down to my t-shirt again already. It's only 9:30, there is no sun in the air. There's no real wind either, but it's very close. I've just come up a slope, and I do promise it's a slope, it's nothing scary. That I could feel my body heat rising already. I had to stop and take my wind cheater off because I just couldn't handle it. Yeah, weird days. Never been one for the weather, but I'm noticing it more since on this trip. Looks like it's all horrible and grey, and outside you could just quite happily be in a t-shirt. Weird. Literally just walked past the junction with another footpath, and there was a woman with a toddler down there. And I thought she had one dog. The first dog come up, was really happy. I walked past the junction. The other dog that was with her came running around the corner and started snapping at the back of my legs, literally like a sheepdog would do to a sheep. Fortunately enough, I've got really high boots on. She came around the corner, give her a do. She did say sorry, but she said, sorry, the dog's all excited. Mate, that ain't no excuse. If I was a toddler, what would you think then? It doesn't matter if I've got a green, luminous green rucksack on, sticks in my hand, I look weird, or I'm on my phone. If your dog does that, it's not trained. Keep it on the lead. Train it to be under any situations. The only time your dog should be off the lead. I'm sorry, I just... I think people know the excuses of, oh, it's never seen sticks before. So if I was a frail old person walking along, I am a frail old person walking along, that's fine, fair dues then, the dog can attack me. It just doesn't make sense. Have a word with yourself. Pleasant little walk so far. It's a few uppy downy bits, but very, very mild. I'm not sure, there's a big lump in front of me. I'm not sure if I'm going to go round or over that. We'll see when I get there. Just a precautionary sort of note just occurred to me. I've found on this trip, I don't drink as much water as I should. I know I don't. When I'm at home, I'd probably drink 4 or 5 times as much water and tea during the day. But an example this morning was, I did have a cup of tea and some porridge this morning. That was the last of my water. When I got to the toilets, it was 9 o'clock. They don't open till 10 o'clock. Well, do you sit and wait for an hour so you can fill a water bottle, or hopefully walk on and get some somewhere else? Well, I can't make that decision for you, but it's something you need to be thinking of in the back of your mind. I've got 2 1-litre bottles and a 500ml on my shoulder just here, and I'd like to have at least one of those full up. At the end of the day, I'd prefer to have 2 litres, even if it means carrying them for several hours before, knowing I can have a drink at night, a drink in the morning, and I'm not going to run out. It's surprising how quick you use it. Like I say, a day today, no sun. As you can probably tell, I'm what's the word? Perspiring. Now I'm sweating, and I've literally got no water left. It was a lump, and you do have to go over it, but then afterwards you can come down and go over the next one, but they're not too big. You've seen a lot worse. As you enter Labrador Bay, there's a slope going up. You get up the slope, go through the gate, and then there's some steps. Then immediately you come down these, which look like new steps to me. Don't get disheartened. We all know what it's about. You get the elevation, you lose the elevation, but then you start walking through, and then you've got another lump to get up. That's the bit you just came down. Centre screen now, down to the bottom of there, and back up, follow up to there. To be honest, I've had 2 or 3 stops to stop the boom booms in my head. It's not super steep, but it's enough. Got 2 or 3 of those lumps to get over. To be honest with you, the one with the grass was quite tough getting up. I don't know if I'm just tired, but I imagine on a really wet day, it's slightly moist this morning, would have been really hard work. And we're out on the road. You come out onto that hill, just turn around and drop down the hill for not far, 100 metres I guess, and then the path just runs alongside the road for a little while, comes out to a big gate, and then you drop right into a pasture again. Fortunately enough, on top of a cliff top, so you haven't got to climb. As you come into the pasture, it's signposted for Sheldon a mile. I'm guessing that'd be Tamworth there. That looks like a pier just the other side of there, but I'm not sure where the estuary is. I'll have to check. The estuary is this side. Yeah, I'm sure the estuary must be around this bit of headland, where I'm guessing another golf course. I'll have a look. Coming back down the sort of pasture hill, I guess. Just grass. You need to go really slow because it's really slippy. I think I just followed the side of that golf course that we just saw before, along the top of this cliff, I hope, and then dropping down into Tamworth. But I can just about see, I know it's really, really cloudy. I'm going to try and zoom in a bit, of the headlands coming up for the next couple of days. After you go all the way down, it's a couple of steps up, and then you're following like a little path round. Just so happens to be running next to a golf course. But I think I need to get out to the furthest bit of the headland, join up with the road, and then turn left and drop down into Tamworth to get the ferry. Get the ferry over the other side and meet up with Dave. So it's all good. I'm running a few minutes late because the hills were slightly hillier than I anticipated, but there you go. Can't be helped. Just touched on that golf course, immediately I turn right and I'm dropping down elevation down this stony gravelly path, which I'm not sure is a good sign or a bad sign. I knew we gained a lot of elevation so we could afford to lose some of it, but I don't really want to be doing all of it, lose it and then coming back up hills. I don't like to keep people waiting. Dave's patient, he'll understand perfectly, but no. Without thinking or noticing, I may have walked up the wrong path and come to the corner of the lookout tower on this headland. Never mind, it's all got to be done. Well, I don't know if this bit had to be. On that top corner lookout bit, literally just keep the fence on your right hand side. I'm getting glimpses through the sea and not sure if there's a harbour, and I think I just saw a pier a minute ago. I'll show you more in a minute. Drop the last few man-made steps into civilization again. This will be Timothy. Just a little short walk along this I don't know, B road or whatever, next to the beach. I guess the ferry goes over there somewhere. I can't see it. I can't quite see it yet. But worst case scenario, the ferry's not running. The bridge is up there, but I don't want to keep Dave waiting. I'm looking forward to seeing him, so he'll be over there somewhere. So I'll suss out where this ferry's going.